Didokos. And how was the inspection on munition at Plant 7?
Was acceptable. They are producing at 98.3% of their theoretical limit.
Well, that's great news. I don't see you smiling. Something troubling you.
Look, Father, don't you think it's a bit excessive? The raids, the firefights, the escalation? We live a life of plenty, a life of excess. The governors and generals feast in the capital with us, while the poor and sick starve in the street. Is it really cause for a death sentence just because someone's too ill to provide for themselves?
If they can't take care of themselves, that's Darwin's way of telling us they should be abandoned.
Of course not. I'm trying to find peace. Look, this fighting is inhumane, and if there's any chance at making a treaty, it's worth fighting for.
I've been fighting a long time. Some of my friends went with the rebels. Why should I spare them?
Look, everyone's lost a lot. Lost my mother. You've lost your friends. The rebels have lost each other. So, right now, the nobles in the capital just don't see you as a legitimate governing force. Your political goals are directly conflicting theirs. Even if you hadn't killed your way to the throne, they'd still be fighting you.
How do I win them over?
You'll have to make it more financially viable for them to keep you in power than to remove you. But that's easier said than done.
I am clinging on to power as best as I can, but house arrest for the rich is only a temporary solution. How on earth am I going to make it profitable to my enemies to keep me in power without making them even stronger?
You'll need the people's support, including the healthy ones. But that's going to be hard with all the propaganda that's been spit at them over the years. People of Cathoros, it has been a time of violence and fear for us all. But now that I sit here, the office of the leader, there will be a change. No longer will the sick live in fear outside the capital. They are to be treated as equal citizens. The nobles of the capital will be allowed to live as they did before the coup, with one exception. A new tax will be implemented to treat the sick and reintroduce them to our society. This is the beginning of a new era of peace. Our nation is finally united.
Life is supposed to be a little cliche.
My dear, I know it's really hard to portray the emotions that we're asking of you now, especially when your heart has just been bashed up into a million tiny little pieces, but this is what people love.